Hello there, Sagittarius. This is your full moon in your sign in Sagittarius reading, where we will briefly go over the past, present, and future energies affecting this current full moon phase. So the past is referring to the Aries new moon that we just went through the past 2 weeks. Then the present is obviously, the now, and then the future is dealing with the Gemini new moon in a couple weeks. And I also pulled an oracle card from my Dragon Tarot deck, or Dragon Oracle deck, and we'll use that to conclude and wrap everything up. So, first thing that I actually want to talk about is the bottom of the deck, because that's the only major arcana card right here. Not that it's like, oh, there needs to be a major arcana card on the field, but it's drawn my attention, and not that it's drawing my attention, but it's in reverse. So automatically it's making me feel like some of you guys are really not wanting to give into this transformation. Like, y'all are not wanting. I'm imagining, like, in the Rider-Waite deck, like, where the people are pleading. Like, I'm imagining that you're, like, pleading to the Reaper, like, please, not yet, I'm not ready. And he's like, nope, time's up. It's time to move on. It's time to come out the egg. So with this in reverse, I'm not just seeing this as an unwillingness to give in to this transformation that has to happen, but I'm also seeing this as with the bottom underneath that, you not going with this transformation, you not allowing this to take place, is blocking your ability to create, your ability to manifest. And not just that, I'm seeing this as, because I'm looking through more of these cards. I'm feeling like because you guys have not felt like you were getting what you wanted, you were just like gonna low-key just throw in the towel on whatever you were doing. And not wanting to put in the work and hold tight and have a perseverance. So when we get into that past card energy, which does, have that wand energy as well, with it being a Four of Wands in reverse, I'm feeling that again like a more of like resistance. When I see this upside down, I mentioned in the past couple of days how when this card has come up, I'm seeing this as having arrived at like a portal. And so I'm seeing this as like, again, realizing this portal, or like you can even call it like you realize this mission you got to do, like you realize this thing you really got to tend to, but like you're just not wanting to. And so you're physically holding back, like you're just not even going for it. Or not, I don't even say going for it, but like because you're uncomfortable, because you don't feel secure, your ability to manifest is being, affected by that. And I feel like maybe you realize that, or maybe that is what you will start to realize. So when we get to this Two of Cups energy, which speaks of like flexibility. I'm seeing this even as I see this dragon right here as like being a little bit more like celestial, the way like the twinkling like stars are more behind that dragon. So I feel like that's not necessarily the background, but that's the dragon's like just natural effect. And so I'm seeing that as maybe even just like your higher self. Like your higher values and then your instinctual values. And having to go between both. I'm seeing this having to deal with like, okay, so I know I need to work on my spiritual growth, but like I still need to pay these bills though. You know? Yeah, I want to go full-fledged like, you know, divine being, but like I still have these 3D things I gotta tend to. Like that's what that feels like. That's what this card feels like to me. And so like you're trying to like find a way to do both, but I feel like you're not gonna be able to manage both. And it's not even about like not being able, but what you're going to realize is like you're not even really supposed to. I feel like with this 10 of Swords being in reverse, I'm seeing this as, with the context of the way that this is being drawn, I'm seeing this as the dragon being unleashed and you just going like full effort, and this dragon gets to finally come to the fore. I'm not even thinking like it's really more like an effort, but I'm seeing it as like ego death, for sure, for sure. Because the way like the way that like the way I keep saying the way you realize your old ways of thinking, or even if you want to consider it your current ways of thinking, you are realizing those do not resonate with your new values or with what I would just consider your higher values. Which is ultimately what Sagittarius is all about, if we even want to talk about that. Talk about the Gemini and Sagittarius axis, where, you know, Gemini knows everything, you know? But it's like, okay, so I know everything, but like, what is the meaning of all of the facts? So it's like, once you've this way, I don't know why this is why it came into my head, but like imagine you have like an empty fish bowl and then you just start filling it with fish, and that the fish, those are the thoughts or the facts. And you know, you fill it up, and let's not even worry about whether it gets full or not. Let's just say it's, you know, unlimited space. But you can just be there with like so many fish and then like lose sight of why you have all these goldfish. Because it low-key starts to look like one big massive orange blob. But I feel like when you take a step back, when you're able to come out of this lower vibration or this like more 3D reality, you're able to come out of it and like, oh, okay, so this is why I was doing it. I was accumulating, if we wanted to go with this analogy, as weird as it is, I was getting all of these fish because I wanted to have a fish tank. I want an aquarium. Let's just put it that way. Let's not even say it has to be goldfish. Let's just say it was just a whole bunch of different fish. which maybe makes a little bit more sense with the metaphor, right? So let's just say it's just like an aquarium tank full of fish now. And so when your face is like up close, or like you're not able to see the whole tank, you're just like, okay, it's just a bunch of fish. Like there's no making sense of why the fish are there. It's just you're aware of all of it. And so I feel like that's what happens with this card could be. But even when we're just talking about that Gemini and Sagittarius axis, I feel like when you get to the Sagittarian aspect is like, so what is the meaning? That's when you're able to be like, with the analogy, oh, okay, I was doing this because the grander picture was to create an aquarium. But when you're not aware of that, or you only are kind of stuck seeing it from this lower coin, if you want to take it that way, you don't see above. You don't see what's actually being created. You can even see it even in this picture if you want to be like, oh, well, I only see like roots and weird stuff. I don't really see anything. But it's when you actually get above and it starts to get, I don't know if you can tell with this light, but it starts to get magical in the back. It starts to get like very like galactical in the back. So I really do hope that resonated. I'm really, that's how I'm seeing it. I'm just seeing it as, even I'm just seeing this as like unleashing the Titan within you. Because that's really what I'm seeing this as. Like your higher nature coming in and you kind of not, just kind of holding on to what you're used to. I mean, even in this, it's like, well, I'm used to this. Like, I know this. Stepping into the darkness is where I'm getting a little confused, is where I don't know what's going on. But through through doing that, you're able to really free yourself of, you know, any fear, any kind of mental blocks that was keeping you, you know, in either a lower vibrational nature, or just keeping you from your ability to manifest. So let's just jump here into the Oracle card. So this has come up for quite a few signs now. So this is definitely a prominent energy that I feel like maybe everyone is feeling. So Royal Blue and Gold Dragon strengthens you to stand in your power with wisdom. Awaken to your own majesty. Wear your cloak of power with pride. So this speaks of not just standing in your power in a way where, not in a way, what's the way I want to put it? It's like having a knowing. It's like I'll use myself for example. I'll say, I now feel that I can now take more of my personal time and my personal space back, because now I am aware of why I need that space. I'm aware of why that is necessary. I'm aware of the power that I can tap into, where before I wouldn't stand in my power and I would be like, well, no, I can give up my time, I can give up everything, because I was doing it all for others and thinking that was the way. But now that I have the wisdom and I know now that the best way to help others is to help myself, now I'm able to stand in that power. So I hope that makes sense. But we'll go ahead and we'll read the oracle passage. All right, so here we are. Royal blue and gold are the colors of majesty, dignity, and illumined achievement. Royal blue and gold dragons carry these qualities and prompt us to stand in our magnificence and true power. These fifth dimensional dragons come to us when they see royal blue and gold in our aura, indicating that we hold wisdom with power in perfect balance, which has been earned from our connections with the golden era of Atlantis. We may have been incarnate or in spirit at that time, but we were living or serving on a higher path. The dragons will swirl around us, reminding us of who we truly are and breathing light into our energy fields to reawaken our ancient gifts and talents so that we can utilize them once more in service. They will re-energize our cloak of power and wisdom so that we can wear it with pride. A royal blue and gold dragon is lighting up the gifts and talents you carry in your aura. It is breathing courage, support, and dignity into you so that you can wear your cloak of power and wisdom with pride. Most important of all, it is awakening you to who you truly are. It is enabling you to radiate your special light. This dragon is always with you. It holds your sword of truth, so Archangel Michael can enable you to speak and act with truth and honor it at all times. It roars at those who try to diminish you and befriends those who empower you. You have all the support you need to teach divine majesty by example. So, I definitely hope that resonates with you, Sagittarius, of needing to come into your power, of being enlightened to your truth, being enlightened to why you have your gifts and how to use them in a righteous way, and yet still with pride, because it's about balance. It's not about being in complete service with no ego, or being completely egoic and not caring at all about how anything affects others. It's all a balance. So, I hope that resonated with you, Sagittarius. Thank you for your support, for watching, for liking, commenting, all that. Definitely feel free to check out my daily readings as well as the weekly tarot forecast that I try to keep updated. I'm trying to think what else. Oh yeah, follow me on Instagram at gladiator_in_sweats. I'm needing to get better at actually putting stuff in the description box. I'm just really trying to figure out my routine with this video and all that stuff, on top of, just trying to raise a little family. So I appreciate you guys, supporting me. I hit 100 subscribers the other day, which just seems menial and ridiculous to, someone else to celebrate, but I was happy about that because it really took a lot for me to put out, the first video and the second video and the third video. I mean, every day I shake the nerves off a little bit more. So I'm appreciative for those of you that have been sending me a lot of encouragement and a lot of affirming things to say. So with all that said, I love you guys so much, sending you so much love and healing, hoping that you guys receive the best of blessings. And until the new moon, I'll talk to you guys then. Bye.